Hello and welcome back to Crime Update File in London. Here are headlines roundup from around London and UK. London. A murder investigation has been launched in Lewisham after a man was fatally stabbed. Tottenham. Detectives investigating the fatal shooting of Tyler McDermott in Tottenham have charged an eighth person with his murder. Shernez Walters, 19 of Hendon Gardens, Romford, was charged on Friday, May the 12th. And will appear in custody at Highbury magistrates later the same day. Birmingham. A group of men and women who preyed on children to supply drugs have been convicted. The drug supply was controlled in and around London and Birmingham and supplied in Bournemouth. 5 of the group were found guilty on Thursday, May the 11th at Bournemouth Crown Court, following a 7-week trial. Bristol. A man from London has been jailed for 5 years following an investigation by the South West Regional Organised Crime Unit SROCU into the supply of firearms for use by organised crime groups in Bristol. Leo McCoy, 22, from Suffolk Road, Tottenham, was sentenced on Tuesday, May the 9th at Bristol Crown Court after being found guilty last month of possession of a firearm. He had previously pleaded guilty to possession with intent to supply cannabis, receiving an additional 6 months to run consecutively. Weston-super-Mare. The following is a joint statement from Avon and Somerset Police and the Crown Prosecution Service. A 34-year-old woman has admitted a charge of infanticide in connection with the death of a newborn baby in Weston-super-Mare. Sarah Jane Barron, formerly of Weston-super-Mare, entered the plea during a hearing at Bristol Crown Court on Tuesday, May the 9th. An investigation was launched by the Major Crime Investigation Team, MCIT, following the discovery of a newborn baby's body in a private garden on the morning of Saturday, December the 12th, 2020. Merseyside. Glory Odeji underline aged 17 years. Please share and help us find missing 17-year-old Glory Odeji from Liverpool. Glory has been missing since Thursday, April the 13th, where she was last seen at her home address on Hardington Road, Tuxteth. Extensive inquiries are ongoing to find Glory in Liverpool. She is 5 feet 10 inches tall, of stocky build and has short black hair. Glory usually wears a gold necklace with a cross pendant, and she has a nose piercing on her right nostril. Please pass on any sightings of Glory to Merseyside Police. Liverpool. A man has been jailed for 5 years for assault offences of a woman committed over a number of years. Ryan Thomas Hunter, 33 years, of Askew Street, Walton, appeared at Liverpool Crown Court today, Wednesday 10th May, and sentenced to 5 years in prison and issued with an indefinite restraining order. On March the 22nd, Hunter was found guilty by a trial by jury for causing 2 counts of actually bodily harm, 2 counts controlling and coercive behavior, cultivating cannabis production and abstracting electricity. The court heard that in January 2019, Hunter's victim, who cannot be named for legal reasons, disclosed to police that she had been subjected to assault. Blackpool. Girl grabbed by man on Blackpool prom and sexually assaulted near North Pier. A man is wanted by police after a teenager was sexually assaulted in Blackpool. The girl said she was grabbed by a man in the Prince's Parade area of the promenade, near North Pier, on Tuesday, April the 25th. She reported the incident to police, telling officers he refused to let go and forcibly kissed her on the lips. Please contact Police Crime Stoppers if you can help. Newcastle. A man who groomed and then raped a teenage girl has been jailed after his victim bravely came forward to tell police of the ordeal her attacker had subjected her to. Richard Park, 45, had been contacting the 15-year-old girl via social media before meeting the victim in January 2020. While in his car in the North Tyneside area, he forced the teenager to perform a sex act on him. The victim then contacted police to inform them of what had taken place, and a full investigation was launched in which the victim shared numerous messages with officers which Park had sent her. Following his arrest, Park denied any physical contact between himself and the victim. He was, however, subsequently charged with rape of a female under 16, engaging in sexual communications with a child, and child grooming. Park, of no fixed abode, pleaded guilty to engaging in sexual communication with a child and child grooming, but not guilty to the rape charge. Cambridge. A gangster has been arrested in Cambridgeshire after holding 2 victims captive as part of a blackmail plot over £300,000 in unpaid debt, as reported by Stoke-on-Trent Live. Darren McLean, 38, was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment and received another 5 years for unrelated offences. London's Wood Green Crown Court heard how 2 brothers travelled from their home in Stoke-on-Trent to the capital in July 2020. They were subjected to blackmail threats over the huge sum. The pair were held captive at a traveller site at Smithy Fen, Cambridgeshire. They were forced to call their relatives to get over £300,000 to secure the release of one of the brothers. Cambridgeshire. Cambridgeshire paedophile Colin Can encouraged a young girl to send him naked photos of herself and sent her indecent pictures of other children. The 51-year-old who fled to the USA after police started their investigation started speaking to the girl on an instant messaging app in September 2014, including one where he told her, "I'll show you mine if you show me yours." The same day, he sent his victim a photo of a young girl performing a sex act on a man he said was himself. The messages continued and more photos were sent before the images started becoming threatening. Police traced the grooming to Can, and in February 2016 Cambridgeshire police visited his then home on High Street, Chatteris. Officers seized digital devices, including a computer and storage disks, found to contain 2,565 Category C indecent images of children, 1,000 Category B images, and 1,392 Category A images, the most severe. Cardiff. A 31-year-old man has been charged with murdering a delivery driver allegedly hit by his own van. Christopher El Ghaffari, from Llanrynni, will appear at Cardiff Magistrates Court on Friday afternoon accused of killing Mark Lang. Mr. Lang, 54, of Syncode, died at the University Hospital of Wales in Cardiff on April 15, more than 2 weeks after suffering serious injuries in North Road, Cardiff. He was delivering parcels in Latonia Avenue, in the cafes area of the city, before the incident happened on March 28. He is said to have been hit by his white van, which was allegedly stolen, at 12:49 p.m. El Ghaffari was charged with attempted murder while Mr. Lang remained in a critical condition and appeared in court under those offences on March 31 and April 3. After Mr. Lang's death, the Crown Prosecution Service, CPS, recharged El Ghaffari with murder. South Wales Police said Mr. Lang's family have been updated and continue to be supported by a family liaison officer. Swansea. Man who was convicted of killing wife thanks to Alexa recordings is jailed. Serial domestic abuser Daniel White murdered his wife, Angie, at their home in Plasmoral, Swansea, in October 2022. A serial domestic abuser has been jailed for life for murdering his wife after Alexa voice recordings helped bring him to justice. Daniel White, 36, kicked open Angie White's locked bedroom door and strangled her before cutting her throat with a Stanley knife. He then fled the house in Swansea in his wife's car and hours later phoned police to confess to murder. Officers went to their home in Idris Terrace, Plasmoral, and discovered the front door unlocked and the body of Mrs. White, 45, in her bedroom. Swansea Crown Court heard that White, a labourer, had a long history of domestic violence, including against Mrs. White. At the time of the murder, he was on licence from prison after receiving a 10-year extended sentence for rape and assault. Manchester. Police launch urgent hunt for hooded man after young girl is sexually assaulted down public footpath in broad daylight attack. Greater Manchester Police said that the child was allegedly attacked as she walked down a public footpath near Lees Valley in Oldham in broad daylight on Saturday afternoon. Greater Manchester Police said that the incident occurred around 4:3 p.m. on Saturday, April 29, after officers were called to a report of a girl being assaulted by a man near Lees Valley in Oldham. Inquiries have established that the victim was walking along a public footpath near Turner Street, Lees, when she was approached by an unknown man who assaulted her. Detectives have not yet released the age of the girl, but have described her as young. They said inquiries have since established that the victim was walking along a public footpath near Turner Street, Lees, when she was approached by an unknown man who assaulted her. No arrests have been made. Well, that's it until next week with further crime stories. Please show some love with a like of this video and subscribe absolutely free below.